The first thing we want to do when we're making a pocket pillow is to measure our fabric. To do that, grab your pillow, set it in the middle of your fabric, and fold your fabric over top of it. Make sure you give yourself about 1.5 inches on both sides so that you have room for error when you're sewing. After you have your correct fabric length, go ahead and cut your little slit at the end of your fabric so you know where you need to cut. Then go ahead and take your pillow out and cut your fabric. Now we're going to go ahead and fold up our hem. To fold up your hem, you want to fold your fabric where you cut it, and then fold it over again on itself. After you get it folded and smooth, go ahead and grab your pins, pin each side of it, and then add a couple more into the middle. Now that that's done, go ahead and grab that pillow, set it down in the center of your fabric, and fold both sides of your fabric over top of your pillow. This is going to give you a good idea where your pocket's going to be. At this point, it's probably a good idea to go ahead and grab some pins and pin up your seams. But I didn't do that with this pillow, I just kind of eyeballed it and winged it. Alright, now the fun part, getting the sewing machine and sewing it all up. The first thing you want to sew on this pillow is your hem. So make sure you get to the edge of your fabric, drop down your foot, and go ahead and sew a couple of stitches, then hit that little button on the right side of you and back stitch it a little bit. That's going to make for a stronger stitch. And don't forget, as you reach the end of your stitch, you want to go ahead and back stitch that side too. On to the seams. So when you sew your seams, you want to make sure that the pretty part of your pillow cover is on the inside. You want your stitches to actually be on the inside when you fold it correctly, and to do that, you have to flip it inside out to sew it. And just a quick little tip, don't sew the way you drive. Make sure your pedal isn't all the way to the floor or else you'll be digging out the tangles on your bobbin like I had to do here. Be sure to add a back stitch at the point where your fabric overlaps. It's going to make it a little bit stronger. Now that we're done sewing, we can go ahead and cut off our excess fabric. When you're cutting off your excess fabric, you want to start about 1/2 inch to 1 inch away from your seam. When you get to your corners, make sure that you're rounding off the edges, and that is going to give it a more professional look. Alright, now it's time to go ahead and flip it right side out. After you get everything flipped and pop out your corners, go ahead and add in your pillow insert, and then voila, you are done. If you enjoyed this little DIY, how about go ahead and hit the like button. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time at the Patchwork Quilt.